Hey there, how is everybody doing? This is a new video. I wanted to give you a little insight on how I create my project structure. So I created for you guys a little file. You can download it in the description. It's a folder structure for the Finder to organize your basic composer project. I mean, you receive a feature film. You don't want to sit around and create folders, right? This video is about that. So let's dive straight in and let me explain you how I organize my folder structure for a new movie. First, delivery. Here comes everything inside that I sent to the director, the post-production facility, the producers, whatever. I have here my previews, which are the first versions. When I work on something, I can send them a simple MP3, a stereo version, and a video version. I always bounce down in Logic a video version of each cue that I write with the scene, only the part of the movie with the scene and the music. So after all is approved, sure, it comes into masters. There's 5.1 masters, there's my stems. I have 5.1 stems and stereo and video again for the final versions of the scenes that I scored. I think it's very important to have them in a later moment when you look for, like you want to research anything for the soundtrack creation, whatever, which music I did for this scene or whatever, so you can find it here. Then we go to the documentation. Here I put in contracts, my costs, my production costs, a budget plan, equipment costs, musician costs, orchestra costs, whatever. My pro licensing, registering, which is in my case in Brazil, Abramos. There are others in the US. Here I put in credits list, cue sheets, lyrics, musicians, score. This is important, the musicians list, yeah. I try to make a Google form, register each and every musician that works with me, with full address, full name, document, whatever, birth date, so I can register him later on when I register the music at Abramos, right? Also the score and cue sheets, yeah, stuff like this. Then we have the final product where I put in festival versions. Often you have to write music for a movie that's going to festival, Cannes Film Festival. We need to send this over in 1 month. So you have to sit down, score the music, write the music, and you get a festival version, to submit to the festivals. Then we have the final versions where I put the very final version of the movie when it's done, and my soundtrack album, if I launch it. I also create a Google Drive Dropbox sync. This is actually, I will create on Google Drive or Dropbox a folder where comes exactly the delivery files inside. So everything that I have here in deliveries is synced with Dropbox or Google Drive. I prefer Google Drive, but QDB, for example, works very good with Dropbox. So maybe I change it. I have my input folder, which is also called footages. Before I called it footages, but now I changed the input. So everything that comes here into my studio is here inside. We have audio files, dialogue and effects, director notes, files from the dub stage if they start already mixing while I'm scoring the music, lyrics, MIDI files, full-length movie files, very important. In the beginning, usually you get the full movie version, and later on you get rolls. So you will probably have to work with Logic or Cubase, whatever, with various versions. So here comes the rolls inside. I give it a version 1, then I just create the first R1 is roll 1, R2 is roll 2, and so on, okay? Depending on how many rolls you will get. Then we have music input, where they can send you music or whatever, and you just put it there and can listen to it and inspire yourself. Playbacks, screenplay, here comes the screenplay inside. Teaser footages, often you have to produce a teaser. I put it here inside. Temp music tracks, trailers, or other video clips. My folder music overview. Music overview I use with Logic, okay? roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for example. I have here a project that I'm going to explain in another video. This is for each roll that I receive. I will put the movie in here. Then I have it here. I put my dialogue and my temp music here. And here comes later on inside the tracks that I scored. I sync them to the time code, to the right time code. Today I received a new movie that I'm going to score with 5 rolls. And I'm going to show you how I organize this. But this in the next video, okay? I have my orchestration folder where I can work with orchestra and other musicians, like this is for the orchestral score. MIDI files, recordings, the score, score notes, score prints, whatever. I have my production folder where I often create demos for things or recordings. Can happen there comes a person to your studio who is an actor in the movie, and you have to resync a scene, and often they don't have the money to go to a dub stage or to go to a dubbing studio. And they will come over here, use a mic, and resync a scene. So I record this in voiceovers. Again, trailer and festival productions. If I need to produce a trailer, my Logic project would come here inside. I have a research folder where I put all kinds of stuff inside. I just Google stuff and throw it here inside, and later on I inspire myself. Then I create also for each and every project a sampling folder where I sample instruments, specific instruments for the project that I try to create. And here inside, when you create sampler instruments like in Contact, you need artwork. Then you put your sample edits here, for example, footages from other creators, sample creators or whatever. Then I create here my Contact versions. I have mixes of the samples, recordings of the samples, and you can create more folders here. This is just to have a basic overview over everything, you know, because for me, each and every project is different that I created in terms of folder structure. Okay, so I'm trying to make it a little bit more consistent. Then we come to my score folder. In the score folder is what I score, what I write, the music I write. And here I have a diary folder where I put stuff inside that I just compose, I don't know, 15 minutes blind music just to inspire myself. This would all come here inside. Then I give it the date name. And yeah, that's a diary folder. And the rest, this is just an example for one track. The project name, then the number of the cue, the version of the cue, and the time code. And we come to scoring templates. This is where I put my composer template inside for the movie. Okay, very important also to create a template for each movie. I have my sound design folder where I can make sound design for the movie, throw it here inside. Soundtrack album, footages for the soundwork, artwork and stuff. The master, the production, the single tracks, the separated tracks. And we have a spotting folder where I put things like QDB, Excel spreadsheets. So I hope you found that interesting. This is a basic folder structure for feature film, or you can use it for short movies also. If it helps you, click the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for your time and stay safe and the fuck at home.